Cities Beneath the Sea. Hi guys, welcome to a new episode on the channel. Today we will be talking about cities beneath the sea, or in other words, coral reefs. So let's get started. So first of all, I would like to point out that in this title there is a misconception here that coral reefs are not under the sea. One true thing is that they are under the sea line, not the sea floor, but they are on the sea line, under the sea line, where the air and the water meets. And that's where the cities beneath the sea is. Now, why cities, the title? Turns out, why is it called the cities beneath the sea? Is because that the coral reefs, like how we have modern day cities, are kind of like that. A lot of fish live inside the cities. Some just live inside the coral reef itself as permanent homes. And some just use it as hideouts from big predators. Some even use it as a food source and water source. But we humans are destroying these coral reefs. How? You might be asking. There are loads of ways that we destroy these coral reefs. The first way we destroy these coral reefs are fishing. So we fish, right? Obviously. But some of these fish go into the coral reefs to hide. Well, duh. But however, there is a way that we can get the fish, but harming the coral reef in the process. This is how it happens. So they activate bombs and throw it into the sea. Once it's into the sea, it's activated and go to near a coral reef. Once it's near the coral reef, it usually explodes right there, killing as much as fish and marine life near it as possible. But however, in the process, it also kills the coral reef, which technically is alive. Yes, it is. So, what is a coral reef made of? Before we go on with this, well, a coral reef is made of coral polyps. Now, coral polyps are these very, very small animals which come together into ecosystems and create the coral reef itself. If coral polyps die, and after millions and millions times millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions, trillions and zillions, if there is a number, well, probably less than a zillion, but trillions of these are just gonna get into this. Coral polyps might be true, but once they die and after trillions of years of getting fossilized, they create limestone, which surprisingly is the same thing that Mount Everest's top is made of. And limestone is a really, really precious item. This item has been used to create some buildings for Rome, Paris, and even the Incas themselves. That's how useful limestone is. Now back to the question, how do we destroy the coral reef itself? Well, one way, as I said earlier, is with the bomb. What about the other ways? The other ways are with a bit dangerous. Never try this at home though. So there's this chemical which is really deadly, and some fishing farmers spray the chemical. Pour the chemical into the ocean itself. The fish get hit by the chemical, they breathe it in through their gills, and what happens is that they get stunned and they can't move. And then this makes it very easy to get the fish. It doesn't affect the coral reefs though, but by now it will slowly affect it. And then while that, the fishers will go and dive in with oxygen tanks. And destroy the coral reef trying to find it. And then eventually, once the fishes go away, the coral reef will turn into a white color, which is its symbol of dying. This is nicknamed as coral bleaching. So you know how bleach looks like, right? It's like some kind of liquid that makes some things a different color. Yeah. Well, since the coral reefs are a lot of colors, and then they turn into one color, which is really plain, called white, there is a thing that I'm gonna say here. The coral bleaching is like bleaching ourselves. Bleach is really dangerous to humans themselves. If you try to drink bleach, I'm just gonna say here that you will get a really bad beatdown and that you will die. That's exactly what happens to corals. And once you get into this, there is a final product that we need to get into this. And the final product is we need to save the coral reefs. Why, you might be asking? Well, it turns out there are loads of ways that you need to save the coral reefs. First of all, it gives out the life ecosystems for our fish sustainability, and secondly, it just gives out beauty all over the world. So, if you want to learn more about coral reefs, I highly suggest that you should look into the coral reef studies. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next episode. Shanahan out. Peace.